today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Eagles going up against the Browns. With that, let's get up to Cleveland. We're standing by our Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. From the shores of Lake Erie, EA Sports has coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cleveland Browns. Hello, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton, and partner, our long national nightmare is over. After 6 months away, we're back to playing football.
And this is way better than Watergate, isn't it? Now we get to have some fun. Watch the veterans. They'll play a little bit. We know that. But the big thing, this new crop of rookies and young guys, they get their chance to take the field and earn their spot.
Caleb Sturgis now to do the honors and get us started. And off we go from Cleveland. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they will be led out by a young man, probably with some butterflies here. A lot of anticipation making his first NFL start. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a first carry for Isaiah Crowell. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And trying to give a lift to this offense today will be the Duke, the former Cane, Duke Johnson.
Comes from a great tradition of runners at Miami of Florida. He's one of the best ones we've seen in recent years.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Crowell. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks. And we peek at the defense now for Philadelphia.
Michael Kendricks is an inside linebacker who can roam sideline to sideline and make plays.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Wentz now on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. The first down screen pass, good for 5. And a peek at the offense. And Matthews, a guy that we have to talk about.
And Jordan Matthews, Brandon, is an anomaly. Normally, a long receiver plays outside. He likes to work out of the slot. Does a terrific job absorbing punishment and catching the football.
2nd and 5. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Incomplete. LeGarrette Blount was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5. Defense for the Browns.
If your day involves blocking Danny Shelton, you better pack lunch and dinner. It's an all-day job.
3rd down and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. He's got time. Goes underneath for Sproles. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So on 4th down, here's the veteran left-footed punter Donnie Jones to kick it away. That's pulled in at the 32. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Defense maybe trying to guess the snap count there, and it costs them 5 yards. Call it a gain of 5, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. After the penalty, it's Crowell. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Complete left side, the tight end Rodgers. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They keep it with Crowell on 1st. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. He's a 2nd-round pick, a solid 2nd-round pick. But when you're close to that 1st round, do you come in with a little chip on your shoulder?
You definitely do, because now your money's not the same. But even more than that, it's the prestige. Everyone wants to be a 1st-round pick, and he thought his talent demanded that. And I do know some teams in the league that had 1st-round grades on him.
Really, it's a solid draft class from a year ago. They were able to address some key weak spots on their team and fill in some holes.
And they were able to identify the players they wanted early in the process Got a little bit of luck, as some guys may have fallen to them, but for the most part, knew their philosophy and stuck to it.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Richard Rodgers from 13 yards out. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And while there is no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity map to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
And Jeffrey may be in some pain. It appears so. He's still down. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Here's Wentz to throw. A dump off to Sproles. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throwing on first is Wentz. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about a different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Play action to Sproles. Wentz surveying the field. The open man is Smith. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. These guys told us, these guys being the coaches, they wanted to really stretch the field, get the ball down deep. They were able to do that here.
And you know when you stretch the field, you often leave guys in one-on-one situations, and that allows your better athletes to go up and get the football. I love the preparation that they put into this. They made it a priority, and they got what they expected.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 1 quarter down. 10-zip our score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now Ryan Matthews in the game. He gets the call here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run, combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet. Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Red zone opportunity. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. Foles to the right side, caught by Saleh. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Here's Foles. Finding time. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So a 15-play drive. Can't believe that only resulted in 3, but it did.
That is somewhat amazing, isn't it? When you hold the ball that long, run offense that well, yet only put 3 points on the board, it has to be a little bit of a disappointment, doesn't it?
Has to. Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now working their way back onto the field, the Eagles defense. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit, they've had some big-time hits.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all. But you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to add takeaways to it. You need to have more of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing.
By the way, when I tried that and I bounced back, I noticed that you laughed with everyone else. You didn't try to get in my corner.
No. Someone had just told me a joke on the other side.
Right,
I missed
right.
it. Totally missed it.
A first throw for the backup, Kessler. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there looked like nobody open. Now second down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Kessler wants to throw, and he comes back with one complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
On 3rd and 1, Kessler, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Eagles take possession. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there. Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Now Foles. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
They come out here in the iron. On 2nd down, Ryan Matthews. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. That's caught at the 2. Give him 2 yards on that play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Foles. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. 4th and goal, and it leads to a sack.
And I can just see it now. On the sidelines, they're telling the quarterback, you've got to get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
Kessler, quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Again, we'll see the pistol here. On second down, here's Kessler. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offense has it 1st and 10. On 1st down, Kessler. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller. Because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On 1st and 10, here's Kessler. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year as we send you down to our EA Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA halftime report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Browns have not been careful with the football. The Eagles, though, haven't been able to pull away. But another half where they forced that many turnovers would likely lead them to a win. All right, let's get it going. Here's the first half highlights. Now following the fumble, the pass complete out of the gun. And 14 yards later, he's going in for the score, pushing the lead to 10. Eagles on offense, first quarter winding down. Smith's able to get open here, and he'll end up picking up 28 yards on the play. Later on the drive, they stall out, settle for a field goal. Browns have it late in the second. They're going to get to the QB once again. This will go for a loss of 8. With that, we'll wrap up our halftime report and head back out now to First Energy Stadium for the start of the second half.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Here's Foles. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw. Talk about defense in terms of what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
Now Foles. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
pulled in at the 24. Oh, the spin. Action here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. We put our attention now on the Eagles' defense. On 1st and 10, it's Kessler. Wright's got it. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Johnson, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
8 yards still remaining here on 3rd down.
All right, here we go.
Throwing is Kessler on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. Oh, he did it again. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And now a 1st down following that long gain. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Underneath for Johnson. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down, Johnson looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
One thing I know, defensive coaches love it when they don't have to invite their players to the party. This strong safety, you never have to ask him twice to help him run support. He's going to arrive and in a bad mood.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad thing.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Now Kessler throwing on 2nd down. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, This feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Foles. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking to hit Ryan Matthews there out of the backfield. And it's 3rd and 5.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran now a nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in running back drop down.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run. And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They're going to look to throw. He's got now a hit, and Foles loses the foot, and nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about.
Holding. Defense. The penalty is defense.
Extra point forthcoming. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got time. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Here's Foles. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Play clock winding down. Now Foles. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out. Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
Holding offense.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. first kick, 47. This one looks good as well. He'll look to set up his blockers. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns defense getting ready. Have 4 takeaways now. Last one, the interception on that previous drive.
Okay, work with me on this one because I think we've got to do the highlight video at the end of the season. Can you imagine putting this together? The high energy, the impact, all these takeaways cut into one sequence? I think they'll love seeing that on the big screen.
We'll let you do the highlight video. We'll see if they're going to try to get another highlight here on this defensive stand. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Surveying the field. A dump off to Sproles. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you? This is their way of protecting him and bringing him back, and then they'll turn him loose later, I would think.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Receivers work all the time on making sure they catch the ball, haul it into their bodies before they turn and run. A little bit of loss of focus on that play.
A dump off to Smallwood. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it 2nd down. Foles. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Back to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And this Browns defense stands tall. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Britton Colquitt now. He's been terrific so far. Fielded at the 33. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy.
And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Darren Sproles. And it'll bring up third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. So here's 3rd and 20, and with a long yardage, defense going with a nickel look. Here's Foles. Aguilar has it. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Foles. And Selleck here, left side. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And he's got his man. That's the veteran Selleck with the Eagle touchdown. Brent Selleck from 6 yards away. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts, passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball on a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead, barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles? And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Second down, 9 yards to go.
Hey. All right, here we go. Blue 90.
They go to Johnson again. And a cutback left. 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And this little maneuver should do it as Kessler goes down to a knee. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.